Hello and welcome to Come Cook With Us. I'm Danny, dietitian here with my colleague Anya, and today we're just so excited to celebrate Valentine's Day with you with some very fun, delicious, and easy desserts.
We're going to be starting with our baked pears, and we will cook along as we get some fiber, protein, and these romantic pears on the table.
We're going to try to take a little bit of a spin on some favorites and make them more nutritious and delicious so you can enjoy them every day. Now, sugar is not off limits, right? We can use sugar in our baking and in our cooking, even if we're living with diabetes, but it's just about trying to create that balance. So that's what we'll show you with our recipes. So let's get started.
All right.
All right.
So first, we're going to be making some baked pears, and we're using pears. One, they're very sweet, so they bring a nice natural sweetness. We will be mixing in some sugar again. Pears are also really high in fiber, so a great way to not spike blood sugar levels when you're still enjoying dessert.
So one thing I like to do with pears is I like to essentially leave them in a bowl at room temperature for a few days.
Oh yeah, they're gonna take these, so these are not so ripe. Wouldn't be quite ready to eat this one yet. But yeah, definitely leaving it until they ripen, and then you can pop them in the fridge and they will last longer once they're in the fridge. Thank you, Danny.
Great.
For this recipe, you do want them probably a bit riper than this, but you still want them to be a bit firm. You definitely don't want them to be too soft.
I think it's a great way to use up pears too. Instead of them going bad in your fridge, you're kind of cooking them. So it doesn't matter what color they are because you'll be baking them.
Exactly, and they're gonna let out all that natural sweetness too as you bake them in the oven.
A lot of people with diabetes that I work with are really afraid to eat fruit. I notice a lot of over-restriction with fruit, so I hope this clip just gives you that reassurance that February is the month you could start reintroducing some beautiful seasonal fruit into your diet.
And then keep at it.
Keep adding.
keep adding fruit. Okay, so what I've done is just hollowed out the middle of the pears, and I'm going to place them in my baking pan here. And then we're gonna make our filling. So what's great about this one is that it can be as a breakfast or a dessert, because basically we're gonna make a crumble topping that goes and bakes inside our pears. So we are going to, first we need about a 1/4 cup of walnuts. This is giving you a little bit of protein, but you definitely don't need to use the walnuts. If you're allergic or don't like it, you can definitely swap them out and just do the regular oatmeal crumble.
Yeah, you can also use seeds. Like I really like using pumpkin seeds or sunflower seeds. You know, nuts can be really expensive, so just shop around and just choose whatever's on sale, and you can swap it out for the one that's less expensive.
And so we're gonna do our walnuts, and then we do, I don't remember how much oatmeal do I do. 1/4 cup. 1/4 cup, so this is a 1/2 cup. So.
You're really good at measuring. I just usually throw it all in.
The nice thing about this recipe, even though it's baked pears, is that you really can just throw stuff in. There's no baking powder, no flour, nothing that's going to do a chemical reaction other than the caramelization of the pears. So it's okay if you just do it to taste. Next we're going to do, so we've got the walnuts in here, we've got our oatmeal, and then we're going to do 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And you don't want it packed, so you just, because that's going to, if you pack it, it's going to be sweeter. You're going to be using more sugar, so you don't need to pack it. They're quite sweet on their own. I actually made a batch earlier to test them, and I accidentally used my 1/4 cup measure, and they were just fine.
Could you, instead of sugar, use like a bit of honey or maple syrup?
I don't know that they're gonna do the same caramelization for this, because you're making like a meal, so that's why you need the soft room temperature butter.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it would work the same well with a liquid sweetener.
Okay.
You could try it and let us know. Maybe you can try it for the next time, but this one oh, and I forgot the cinnamon. I'm too excited to make these. Okay, and then you want a whole teaspoon of cinnamon. Again, you can use that to your taste. If you don't like cinnamon, or if you want it if you're making this not in February, like in the fall, and you want a pumpkin spice, you can definitely switch up the spices that you're using in here. So you just want to crumble it up. I think I'm going to use just a little bit more butter to get that nice crumble.
It's kind of like an apple crisp topping.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what it is. And instead of doing a whole bunch of topping and then you don't have to do all that cutting and peeling. This is so fast, and it's
romantic
Yeah.
because you're massaging, right? Like there's a lot of like massaging going on, which is very romantic. And I actually think baked pears, you know, they're kind of a date night dessert. So it's a lot of fun to do these for a date night or even just a friendly, whatever floats your boat, right?
Yes. And what you saw is I did try to empty. Maybe I should have emptied them a little bit more, but because these were so firm, I wasn't able to get quite as much of it as I wanted out. Ideally, I would have emptied a little bit more of the pear so that I could fit more of this delicious topping.
Great, I think they're ready to go in the oven.
So what else you need, I'm just gonna...
Those look great.
The other nice... All the dish towels. Okay. Then you're gonna put about 1/3 of a cup of water in the bottom. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna collect all the sugar, all the juices, and then you're going to sprinkle that on the end after to again add some more natural sweetness to this.
How much water would you like?
About 1/3 of a cup.
Okay. A little more? That's probably good, eh?
Maybe a little bit. Because it's a big... And then you're gonna put this in the oven and bake it.
At 160 degrees or about 350.
375 Fahrenheit.
Okay.
For 35 to 45 minutes until they get soft. And then we're going to, I'll show you what they're gonna look like when they're done. So these are my pretty pears. Can you see these?
And you just want to put some yogurt on top?
And then you want to, so you can do these with yogurt or ice cream. What's great is if you want to do it at dessert, you can definitely top them up with yogurt, ice cream, or you can do it for yogurt and then have them for breakfast. So you're gonna put some, these are plain Greek yogurt. And then Danny.
I just love these rose petals. I feel like this just says Happy Valentine's Day to that special someone. And so here you have bumped up your fiber intake, you're getting some whole grains, and you're not getting a lot of sugar, but a lot of great texture and flavor. So that's a great way to celebrate February. Thank you so much for joining us on Come Cook With Us, and Happy Valentine's Day.